Hello, class. We've reached the end, right? Here is my introduction to our final. And for our final, we're going to kind of incorporate all these ideas that we've been talking about since day one and, in essence, apply them to real life. And the real life I have for you here is this thing called Last Chance High, which is a series on YouTube by Vice. It's a news organization affiliated with HBO. Um, this school, Last Chance High, is a school. It's Montefiore High School, or I should say public school, in the Chicago School District, Chicago, Illinois. And it is a continuation school. It is a school for kids who get expelled. It's the bad kid school. Um, the work the staff there does that you'll see in this video to do, they're working their tails off to keep every kid in that school to finish and complete and graduate. That's their goal, and they put up with a lot. Um, I want you to, there's 8 episodes. The first one is about a half hour long. The other ones are 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that. So they're not too bad. But I really only want you to watch 1, 4, and 5. My guess is this is going to grab your attention in a big way. You'll wind up watching all of them anyway. That's how it was for me. Um, it really got my attention. The episode 1, 4, and 5 I picked specifically because they highlight those episodes highlight more of uh, a couple of students, one in particular, where you kind of get to see the family dynamics going on at the same time. So, what you're going to do here is keep all the ideas from the class in mind as you watch these. Think about the idea of the historical basis of adolescence and how it really originated in its current form only recently, um, and how that stripped away a lot of independence and choice that teenagers used to have prior to the Industrial Revolution. Um, they in previous videos I talked about how teens have a task today that they didn't have before, and that is to answer those 3 questions. Who is the adult me? What do I want to do with my life? And how will I make it happen? The very last video that I did, we talked about the things that get in the way of answering those questions and getting that done by the end of high school. And a lot of that is just risky, crazy, stupid behavior that's exhibited by teens. That's what you're going to see in Last Chance High. So I'll warn you, there is language coming from 11-year-olds even that is maybe a little shocking. There is physical confrontation and some physical restraint for some of these kids. You have to understand that these students are identified emotionally disturbed, and if they're not restrained, they're going to hurt themselves or hurt someone else. So understand it's a safety issue that's done. There are times, though, that even I thought the staff may have escalated an issue instead of de-escalated it by the way that they handled it. But that's kind of like Monday morning quarterbacking. I wasn't there. I didn't see the whole thing in context. I'm getting a snippet on video, that some editor decided to include in the episode, right? So it's pretty tough to be too judgmental about them. What I do want you to think about, though, is the behavior, the attitude, the rebelliousness, uh, the defiance that you see within some of these teenagers. And these are young teenagers, uh, 13, 14, 15 years old, um, down to 11 years old, even, and not even teens yet. So uh, be thinking about that as you watch. And then what you're going to write about. You're going to write, your essay should be at least 3 pages, and that's using basic APA formatting. And your essay is going to have 2 parts to it. So the first part, I want you to go through and use all the information we covered, and you kind of feed that back to me and explain to me the thinking behind the actions of teenagers who engage in these extremely risky behaviors like the ones you're going to see in these videos. Explain why teenagers think and act like that. What's going on with them? Um, you can go all the way back to the studies of brain development, etc., and cover it that way. Um, so the other thing you can do, and possibly as you watch this, you may have memories of seeing similar interactions of other people, or hearing about those interactions with teachers or law enforcement or whoever. You might, in other words, you might have personal real life examples that reinforce the concepts you're talking about. And if you want to use those instead of the video as your primary example to support what you're saying, you can do that. Just don't use any names, please. I don't want to know who did what. All right. Secondly, the second half of your essay is kind of, it's actually tougher. It's how do we fix it? Um, how do we get teens to stop trying to be adult by doing these really dumb, risky things? Hint, hint. I just kind of gave you part of the answer to the first part, right? So, how can we help rebellious, at risk teens see that they have real purpose and value, and that they are in control of where their life is headed? Um, let's see. I'm going to read this here. What could help them stop using risky negative behaviors to act adult and start using positive activities that will help them achieve answers to those 3 questions that they need to answer by the end of high school? How do you turn rebellion around and channel that energy into productive behavior? Do some thinking about that. This is your opinion, right? This part of it is very much your opinion, um, about teenagers, and especially at-risk teenagers. Um, so there's the 2 parts of the essay. 1, explain the thinking behind it, and 2, give me your opinion as to how can we turn that around? How can we get teens to see there's a better way over here? Let's go this way, right? Okay. I will turn you loose to get this done. This is going to be due. Hold on one second and I'll tell you. Come on, come on, come on. Sorry, I thought I had that up and it's closed. Just one moment. This is going to be due on Friday, May 10th. So we've got 11 days essentially to get this done. And I kind of pushed that, well, I pushed that as far as I could and still give myself time to do grading and do a good job with grading. So if you have questions or concerns or you're not quite sure how to get started on this, please fire an email to me. Give me a call if you need to. You've got my number, it's in the syllabus. I'm more than happy to help you guys out any way you need. Uh, if if you really need to, I can come down to Lower Brule and have an evening session with you guys to help clarify anything that you need clarified and help you get started with your writing. Okay, this essay again, use Google Docs to do it, and basic APA formatting, double space, Times New Roman 12 point, etc. All right, looking forward to reading your work. This should be fun. The videos are really fun. Like I said, I want you to watch these 3, which total time would be 45 minutes roughly, a little bit more than that. But my guess is you'll wind up watching all 8 episodes. It's really good, really good. All right, that's it. Good luck to everyone, and we will see you when we see you, I guess. Remember, give me a call if you need anything, all right? Good night.